So, in this triggers section is going to be where all of the magic happens as you're moving your leads from one stage of the pipeline to the next. This is what's going to set off your follow up campaigns. It's going to handle all of the transaction management and coordination of that transaction management within the platform so that all parties involved are in the know and everyone's in the loop every step of the way. So if you'll notice, each one of these folders are named the exact same as the pipeline stage. That's because these are the triggers that happen when that lead or contact, buyer or seller, is moved into that particular stage of the pipeline. So let's take a look at buyer's escrow, for example. You're going to see that we have several emails that go out, text messages. We have notifications to add contingency and contractual and contingency dates, add parties to transaction, right? So this is going to make sure that we dot our I's, cross our T's, and we are there every step of the way, making sure that we have the right information going out to each one of our clients and everybody that is involved in this transaction. Now, one of the things that is an absolute must, these are guidelines and templates for you to build upon. So go ahead and take a look at the review. The first review, ask email agent to send to clients. All right, so this is an email that you would send out to a client 3 days prior to the closing date so that you can request a review. One thing that you're going to notice right out of the gate, it is from Krista Mayshore and team at the top. So you're going to want to edit this information so that it's your name, your team, your branding. Now, I want to make sure that everyone reads these emails and make sure that it meets the offer that you specifically want to provide to that client, whether it's a buyer or a seller, so that it meets your budget and your needs. You may not want to send a $250 Amazon gift card for that quarterly drawing. You may want it to be larger. You may want it to be smaller. You may not want to do something Amazon. It may be completely unique to you. So make sure that this meets something that you're willing to do and what you want to send out. Next thing that we're going to take a look at on here is that all of these links for requesting reviews from Google, Yelp, Zillow, and Facebook, this is a guideline for you. These are all Krista's information that are in place here. So you're going to see this is Krista's URL, and this is going to say for Homes by Krista. So be sure to copy and paste your Google review link, your Yelp, your Zillow, your Facebook, all of those review links into here, and edit the text from this section that's going to display and make sure this meets your brand. So go through every single one of these folders, make sure that all of the emails are updated to meet you, your brand, your specifics, and make sure that it matches the wording and verbiage that you wish to use with your clients. Now, you're also going to see things like add contractual/contingency dates, add parties to transaction. This is all in place to make sure that we never miss a beat and that we have every step of the way, all parties involved in the transaction that we can represent and speak to are going to be notified and informed every step of the way. Now, when you first move that lead into a pipeline stage, you're going to get an email and a text message with a link to click. Once you click that link, it's going to take you to a specific form so that you can fill that information out and make sure that it's all complete and ready to rock. So what do we mean by that? Let's go ahead and take a look at the MGS 6 seller lead follow-up, seller escrow, upload contract copy. So you are going to get an email, or your transaction coordinator is going to get an email that's going to ask you to fill this information out. So they will get a link. All they have to do is click on the link, and it's going to take them to a form that is built within our funnels so that you can fill out, or your transaction coordinator can fill out the necessary information. So this first funnel is going to be for uploading your actual contract. Once the contract is uploaded, your next funnel is going to be to fill out any date that is on that contract so that we can set all of the scheduled reminders to be sent out so that we can keep everyone informed every step of the way. So no matter where you're at in the process, when you move into those particular pipeline stages, you're going to get notifications to fill out forms, or your transaction coordinator is going to get notifications to fill out those forms. If you don't have a transaction coordinator, under the transaction coordinator field in the form, fill out your information so that way you can keep everything up to date. At this point in time, that transaction coordinator field, it's in place so that when you add a transaction coordinator in, we can make sure that the right person is working with the right buyer or seller to complete that transaction and simplify life. So every one of these dates, every one of these forms that you're going to fill out is going to trigger additional events inside of that pipeline stage to keep everyone well informed every step of the way. And here's a directory where you can go in and view every single one of those forms. You can just click this link to preview the page, or we can go in and actually edit that page, see what it is and what we have in place there. So as you can see, this says transaction buyer roof inspection date. We simply enter a date and hit submit. Now we have these forms set up so that it ties directly to each individual lead based off of the link that you click. So you don't have to enter any information for that lead other than the info that's on the contract. We've simplified it and made it extremely easy for you so that you can focus on gaining more business and growing your business as well. There's also going to be a link at the top of every single page for the form directory where you can go back and view every single form that's available to fill out. So if you missed one or you need to go back and double check some information that you filled out, you can do that. And it's going to tie to each individual lead from that form directory. So that'll make life really easy for you. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to jump on here and go through this. Again, go through every single one of these triggers, make sure that it meets your verbiage, your branding, and that it's up to date for you. There's going to be several things in here that you may not understand. It's all going to work for you. Don't worry about it. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out.